Have you noticed how often you feel cold lately, even when others around you seem perfectly comfortable? Maybe you shrug it off as just a part of getting older, like creaky joints or forgetfulness. But what if that persistent chill is trying to tell you something deeper? It's easy to assume that feeling cold is just because you're less active or that your body is naturally slowing down. But the truth might surprise you. It's not always what we think. Many seniors quietly endure this discomfort, not realizing it can signal underlying changes in their health that often get overlooked. This seemingly small issue can affect your daily comfort and overall well-being more than you realize. It's one of those subtle signs that deserves our attention. In this video, I'll share why older adults often feel cold and what simple, practical steps you can take to feel warmer and more energized. By the end, you'll know the most important habit that can help you regain that cozy feeling you deserve every day. So, let's explore this together. You're not alone on this journey. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Your body produces less heat as you age. Have you ever noticed that the chill in your bones seems to linger a little longer these days? Maybe you reach for an extra sweater in the early morning, or you find yourself keeping the thermostat higher than you used to. Perhaps you're sitting in your favorite armchair by the window, sipping a warm cup of tea, yet still feel a subtle coldness weaving its way through your body. If so, you're not alone. Many older adults quietly battle this persistent cold, often dismissing it as just another sign of getting older, hardly worth mentioning to anyone else. After all, isn't feeling cold just a normal part of aging? But what if there's more to it? What if this familiar chill is not just about the weather outside or a sign that you've become thin-skinned with age? What if your body is telling you, gently but persistently, that something deeper is happening beneath the surface? Let's take a moment to look beneath that blanket you're wrapped in and ask a question that might surprise you. Is it truly just age, or is your body producing less heat now? And if so, why? This isn't about being frail or weak. There's a fascinating science behind it, and understanding what's happening can give you the power to take small steps to feel more comfortable every single day. As we grow older, our bodies change in ways that are sometimes obvious, like silver hair, laugh lines, or needing reading glasses. But some changes are quieter, more subtle. One of the most important, yet often overlooked, is the way your body generates and maintains heat. Think back to your younger days. Maybe you'd go for a brisk walk in the autumn wind, work in the garden until dusk, or watch your grandchildren play outside without ever worrying about feeling cold. Your body, back then, was like a little furnace, automatically keeping you warm. But as the years pass, that inner furnace naturally begins to slow down. Why? One key reason is that our metabolism, the way our body creates and uses energy, starts to slow with age. When you were younger, your body was a powerhouse, burning calories to fuel every movement and, as a helpful side effect, producing heat to keep you cozy even on chilly days. Now, as your metabolism winds down, your body simply doesn't generate as much warmth as it once did. Another reason: muscle mass. Our muscles do more than help us move and lift things. They play a big role in producing heat. Muscle tissue is like a built-in heater. But starting as early as your 30s and 40s, we all begin to slowly lose muscle, sometimes without even realizing it. By the time you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, it's not unusual to have significantly less muscle than before. Less muscle means less heat being made, especially when you're sitting still or resting. It's a quiet process, almost invisible, but you might notice that you feel colder after periods of inactivity. Perhaps when you're reading, watching television, or even enjoying a conversation with friends. It's not your imagination, and it's not weakness. It's biology, pure and simple. The good news? There are gentle, practical ways you can help your body stay warmer, even as you age. It doesn't require a gym membership or running marathons. It can start with just a few simple changes to your daily routine. First, try to keep moving, even in small ways. Light activities, like walking around the house, stretching in your chair, or doing a few gentle arm and leg exercises, can wake up your muscles and nudge your body's furnace into action. Try to stand up and move every hour or so. Not only does this help your muscles stay active and generate more heat, but it's also wonderful for your circulation and your overall energy. Second, think about adding a bit more protein to your meals. Foods like eggs, chicken, beans, fish, and dairy products are not only good for building or maintaining muscle, but they also help fuel your body's natural heat production. You don't have to make huge changes. Sometimes, adding a boiled egg or a small serving of Greek yogurt at breakfast is enough to make a real difference over time. Third, dress in layers, even at home. Sometimes, thin layers trap heat better than one thick sweater. Consider wearing a soft undershirt beneath your regular clothes, and keep cozy socks or slippers handy for those chilly mornings and evenings. Let me share a quick story about Joe, a retired postal worker from Minnesota. Joe spent most of his life outdoors, delivering mail rain or shine, and never once complained about the cold. But in his late 60s, he started noticing that he felt cold all the time, even in the summer. At first, he blamed it on old age and just piled on more blankets. But his granddaughter, a nursing student, encouraged him to join her on her daily morning walks around the block. It wasn't long or strenuous, just 15 minutes, side by side, talking about the news or sharing family stories. After a few weeks, Joe noticed something incredible. Not only was he sleeping better, but the morning chills that used to bother him began to fade. He felt warmer and more energetic, and even started doing a few light stretches while waiting for his coffee to brew. Turns out, a little movement goes a long way, Joe says, laughing. I don't need to be a young buck again. I just need to keep my body moving, even a little. Stories like Joe's remind us that we're never powerless in the face of aging. Your body may change, but you still can help yourself feel better, one gentle step at a time. So if you find yourself shivering a bit more these days, remember, it's not just the weather, and it's not a sign of weakness. It's a perfectly natural change. But with a little movement, mindful nutrition, and a few simple routines, you can help your body stay warm and comfortable, enjoying every precious moment, no matter the season. Embrace those small changes. Your warmth, your comfort, and your well-being are worth it. You have earned the right to feel good in your skin every single day. And remember, you are not alone. So many others are on this journey with you, cheering you on every step of the way. 2. Loss of insulating fat under the skin. Have you noticed that you feel colder now than you did just a few years ago, even when the temperature hasn't changed? Maybe you're the one in the family always reaching for an extra blanket or turning up the heat when everyone else seems perfectly fine. It can feel a little lonely or even frustrating to be the only one shivering at a summer barbecue or needing to bundle up indoors. For many older adults, this sensation of constant coldness sneaks up gradually, so quietly that it often gets brushed off as just another part of getting old. But what if there's something more at play than simply the passing of time? Let's pause for a moment and ask a different question. Is it just old age, or could there be something about the body itself, something we can understand and gently manage, that makes us more sensitive to cold? The answer, in many cases, lies just beneath the surface, quite literally. Our bodies are marvelously designed to adapt to the world around us, and one of the ways they do this is by building a layer of fat under the skin. This fat isn't just there for energy or filling out our features. It serves as an essential, natural insulator, like the lining inside a winter coat. When you were younger, this layer helped trap warmth, keeping your internal temperature steady even when it was chilly outside. It's one of the quiet ways our bodies protect us without us even noticing. But as we age, a slow, subtle transformation takes place. The protective fat layer under our skin begins to thin out. It's not something you can see in the mirror day by day. and you won't notice it overnight. Instead, you may simply realize that the cold finds you more easily than it used to, or that it's harder to warm up once you start feeling chilly. You might brush it off with a laugh, saying, "I guess I'm just getting thin-skinned in my old age." There's some truth in that old saying, but it isn't about character or toughness. It's biology. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. This loss of insulating fat isn't your fault, and it's not something you chose. It happens to almost everyone as they grow older, regardless of their health, their habits, or their spirit. Scientists explain that, as we age, our bodies naturally break down fat at a faster rate and produce less of it under the skin. For women, this can become especially noticeable after menopause, when hormonal changes speed up this process. For men, it can creep up after retirement, when the daily demands of work and activity slow down. The result is the same: less insulation and a body more open to the chill of the outside world. But why does this matter so much? The answer is simple. Fat is one of your body's best defenses against losing heat. Imagine your skin is a wall, and the fat beneath it is the insulation that keeps your house warm in winter. As that insulation gets thinner, more heat escapes, and you start to feel the effects, especially in your hands, feet, and arms. Suddenly, a cool breeze feels like an icy wind, and a mild room can seem downright frosty. You might even notice your friends or family commenting on how you've lost a little weight, or that you look slimmer in your face or arms. Sometimes, the people who lose the most fat under their skin are the ones who become the most sensitive to cold. It isn't just about clothing size or how you look, it's about how comfortable you feel in your own home, at the dinner table, or tucked into bed at night. So, what can you do about this slow loss of insulation? Thankfully, there are gentle, practical ways to work with your body, not against it. First, focus on warmth from the outside in. Don't hesitate to dress in layers, even when you're indoors. Thin, soft layers trap heat better than a single thick garment. Start with a snug undershirt or thermal top, add a favorite sweater, and keep a blanket handy for your legs or shoulders. Socks and slippers are your best friends, especially on cold floors. Don't be shy about carrying a light jacket or wrap, even if the weather seems mild to others. Second, think about warmth from the inside out. Warm drinks, herbal tea, hot water with lemon, or a cozy mug of cocoa can make a big difference. Start your morning with a bowl of hot oatmeal or soup at lunchtime. These foods not only warm your hands and belly but help maintain your body's internal temperature longer. Avoid skipping meals, as regular nourishment helps maintain what insulation you do have. Third, gentle movement can make a surprising difference. Try stretching your arms, doing small circles with your wrists, or even pacing lightly around the house when you feel cold. Movement boosts blood flow and helps distribute what heat your body creates. Let me share the story of Martha, a retired schoolteacher from upstate New York. Martha was always known for her slender figure, but after her 75th birthday, she started losing weight, more than she wanted to. She noticed she was always chilly, especially in the evenings. Her daughter worried and took her to the doctor, who explained that it wasn't just age, it was the gradual loss of that insulating fat. Instead of just accepting her fate, Martha made some small changes. She added an extra layer to her daily outfits, kept a pot of soup simmering on the stove, and made it a habit to walk up and down the hallway a few times every hour. Within a few weeks, she found herself enjoying reading by the window again, without shivering. "I may not have as much padding as I used to," Martha jokes, "but I've learned how to build warmth into my days, and that's what matters." Her story is a gentle reminder. Our bodies change, but we can change with them. Feeling cold more easily is nothing to be embarrassed about. It's a simple sign that you deserve extra care. So be kind to yourself. Wrap up warmly, nourish your body, and find little ways to bring comfort back into your life. Remember, aging isn't about losing what makes you strong. It's about finding new ways to support yourself, adapt with grace, and enjoy each season, no matter how chilly it gets. You are worthy of warmth, and every thoughtful step you take is a way to honor your well-being. If you ever feel alone in this, know that countless others are sharing the same journey, quietly adjusting, finding new routines, and discovering comfort in unexpected places. You're not alone, and you have every reason to feel proud of how you care for yourself. So, the next time you reach for that extra sweater or pour yourself a cup of tea, remember, it's not just about fighting the cold. It's about wrapping yourself in the kindness and warmth you truly deserve. 3. Anemia or iron deficiency. Have you ever caught yourself rubbing your hands together, trying to warm up cold fingers that just don't seem to get any warmer, no matter how high you turn up the heat? Maybe you've noticed your feet always feel chilly, even when you're tucked under a heavy blanket. For many older adults, cold hands and feet become an almost daily companion, so common that it hardly seems worth mentioning to the doctor, or even to family. You might simply chalk it up to getting older, or maybe just poor circulation. But what if there's another, often hidden reason behind this coldness? One that quietly drains your energy and makes you feel just a little less like yourself. Let's pause and ask a question that might surprise you. What if it's not just the weather or aging at work, but something called anemia, or more specifically, a lack of iron in your blood? It's easy to shrug off fatigue, pale skin, or cold extremities as a normal part of the golden years, but sometimes the body is sending a much more urgent message, quietly pleading for help with every shiver and every sigh. Anemia is far more than just a complicated medical term. At its heart, it's about having too few healthy red blood cells to carry enough oxygen around your body. And iron? Think of it as the engine oil that keeps those cells running smoothly, making sure every part of you gets the warmth and energy it needs. When your body is low on iron, your red blood cells are weak or fewer in number, and the result is that your heart, muscles, and even your skin don't get enough oxygen-rich blood. That's when you start to feel the subtle, insistent chill, no matter how many sweaters you wear. For older adults, anemia and iron deficiency are surprisingly common, but they're often missed because the symptoms can be so gentle and gradual. It might start with a little more tiredness than usual, or a passing dizziness when you stand up too fast. Over time, you might notice that your skin looks paler, your heartbeat speeds up with little effort, or you just don't feel as mentally sharp. And of course, there's that feeling of being cold all the time, especially in your hands and feet. These signs often sneak up so quietly that it's easy to explain them away. But knowing the science behind it helps everything make sense. Red blood cells are like delivery trucks, carrying oxygen from your lungs to every corner of your body. Iron is the key part of those trucks. Without enough, the deliveries slow down, and your body has to work overtime just to keep up. Less oxygen in your tissues means less energy and less heat, especially in the places farthest from your heart. What causes this in older adults? Sometimes, it's as simple as not getting enough iron in your meals. Maybe you've lost your appetite, or you're avoiding certain foods because of digestion or other health reasons. Sometimes, medications or chronic health issues can make it harder for your body to absorb the iron you eat. And for some, even tiny amounts of unnoticed blood loss from the stomach or intestines, common with age, can slowly chip away at your iron stores over the months and years. But here's the hopeful part. Gentle, practical changes can make a big difference, helping your body restore its iron levels and bring back that sense of warmth and well-being. The first step is to be honest with yourself and your doctor about how you feel. Don't be afraid to mention if you're feeling more tired, colder than usual, or just not quite yourself. Blood tests are simple, and they can quickly reveal if anemia or iron deficiency is at play. Next, focus on nourishing your body with iron-rich foods, many of which can be comforting and easy to prepare. Red meats like beef or pork, chicken, turkey, and fish are classic sources. But if you prefer plant-based meals, don't worry. Beans, lentils, tofu, spinach, and fortified cereals are wonderful choices, too. Pairing these foods with a little vitamin C, a squeeze of lemon, a few orange slices, or some bell pepper, helps your body soak up more iron from every bite. And don't forget to take it easy on coffee and tea with meals, since they can make it harder for your body to absorb iron. Instead, try enjoying your cup an hour before or after eating, giving your body the best chance to get every bit of iron it needs. Let me tell you about Frank, a retired firefighter from Ohio. Frank was always the strong, steady type, never one to complain. But last winter, his wife noticed he was sleeping more, eating less, and always wrapped up in a blanket, even on days that weren't especially cold. Frank didn't think much of it until he found himself out of breath just going up the stairs. At his next checkup, the doctor did a simple blood test and found that Frank's iron was very low. Together, they made a few changes. Frank started eating more iron-rich foods, and his doctor recommended a gentle iron supplement. Within a couple of months, Frank's energy began to return, and he found he didn't need as many layers just to feel comfortable at home. "I feel like myself again," he said, smiling as he played cards with his grandkids. Stories like Frank's are a reminder that you don't have to settle for always feeling tired or cold. These changes aren't about reversing time or pretending you're 20 again. They're about making today, and every day, a little more comfortable, a little more joyful. So, if you find yourself chilled, fatigued, or a little pale, permit yourself to listen to your body. It might be calling for help, and you deserve to feel as vibrant and warm as possible. Speak with your doctor, nourish yourself well, and don't ignore the quiet signs that something's not quite right. Every step you take toward better health is a step toward reclaiming comfort, energy, and joy, no matter your age. Remember, you are worthy of warmth, and your well-being matters deeply. Take gentle care of yourself. Small changes truly can bring big comfort, and you have a community, right here and all across America, cheering you on. 4. Underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism. Have you ever found yourself feeling unusually cold, even when everyone else in the room seems perfectly comfortable? Maybe you've noticed your energy levels slipping away slowly, or your skin feels dry and rough, or you're gaining weight despite no change in diet or activity. For many older adults, these subtle shifts can feel confusing and frustrating, often dismissed as just part of getting older. But what if these quiet changes are your body's way of signaling something important, something that can be treated and managed? Let's pause and ask, could your persistent coldness and fatigue be linked to an often overlooked but common condition called hypothyroidism or an underactive thyroid? You might have heard of the thyroid gland, but not fully understood its critical role in your body's thermostat. Understanding this small, butterfly-shaped gland nestled at the base of your neck can open doors to feeling better and warmer. Your thyroid is like a control center for your metabolism, the engine that powers how your body uses energy. It produces hormones that regulate everything from how fast your heart beats to how well you digest food, and importantly, how your body generates heat. When the thyroid is underactive, it produces fewer hormones than your body needs, causing your metabolism to slow down. This slowdown means less heat production, which can leave you feeling chilly all the time, even when the weather isn't cold. What's tricky is that hypothyroidism develops slowly and quietly. Its symptoms can be so mild at first that you might think you're just tired from everyday life, or that feeling cold is normal as you age. But the truth is, this condition affects millions of older adults, especially women over 60, and yet it's often underdiagnosed because its signs overlap with so many other common issues. Let me explain a little more about why this happens. The thyroid gland depends on iodine and other nutrients to make hormones. As we age, or due to autoimmune conditions, the thyroid can become less efficient. Sometimes, your immune system mistakenly attacks the thyroid, leading to a condition called Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is the most common cause of hypothyroidism in older adults. Other times, medications or iodine deficiencies play a role. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The impact on your body is wide-reaching. When thyroid hormones drop, your heart beats slower, your digestion can become sluggish, and your muscles may feel weak or stiff. Your skin loses moisture, becoming dry and coarse. Your memory and mood can be affected, and yes, your body's ability to generate heat decreases, leaving you feeling cold even in warm environments. But here's the hopeful part. Hypothyroidism is very manageable once diagnosed. With the right treatment, most people regain their energy, warmth, and overall quality of life. The key is recognizing the symptoms early and working closely with your healthcare provider. If you've been feeling unusually cold or tired, or have noticed any of these changes, don't hesitate to bring it up with your doctor. A simple blood test measuring your thyroid hormone levels can reveal if hypothyroidism is the culprit. From there, thyroid hormone replacement therapy, usually in the form of a daily pill, can help restore balance. Alongside medical treatment, you can support your thyroid health by maintaining a nutritious diet rich in iodine, selenium, and zinc, found in foods like seafood, nuts, and whole grains. Staying active, managing stress, and getting enough rest also play important roles. Let me share the story of Linda, a 72-year-old grandmother from Oregon. Linda had always been active, but over the past year, she started feeling colder and more fatigued, even in summer. She brushed it off at first, thinking it was just the natural slowdown of aging. But when she began having difficulty concentrating and her skin became noticeably dry, she decided to see her doctor. After a few tests, Linda was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. Within weeks of starting treatment, she noticed a remarkable difference. "I feel like myself again," she said. "The cold that followed me everywhere is finally gone, and my energy is back." Linda's story shows that understanding your body and seeking help can make all the difference. So, if you often feel cold and tired, remember, it might not just be age. It could be your thyroid quietly signaling for attention. You deserve to feel warm, vibrant, and full of life. Reach out, get checked, and take those first steps toward reclaiming your comfort. Aging gracefully isn't about accepting every discomfort as inevitable. It's about listening closely, acting gently, and giving yourself the care you need. You are not alone on this journey. Together, we can face these changes with knowledge, hope, and kindness, for yourself and those who love you. 5. Medication side effects. Have you ever felt suddenly colder after starting a new medication, or noticed that your hands and feet seem chilly more often than before? Maybe you're bundled up indoors, wearing sweaters and slippers, yet that persistent coldness just won't go away. For many older adults, it can feel confusing and frustrating to battle the cold in these ways, especially when it seems to appear out of nowhere. Sometimes, we blame the weather or our age. But what if the real cause lies in something unexpected? Something that often gets overlooked but can quietly affect how your body feels every day? Let's ask a question that might surprise you. Could some of the medications you're taking be making you feel colder? It might sound strange, but it's true. Many common medicines prescribed for conditions older adults face can have side effects that reduce your body's ability to keep warm. This isn't about weakness or being fragile. It's about understanding how certain medicines interact with your body in subtle ways. As we age, we often take medications to manage blood pressure, heart problems, arthritis, depression, or other chronic conditions. These drugs help keep us healthy and active, but some can also slow down circulation or affect how your body regulates temperature. For example, beta blockers, often used for high blood pressure and heart issues, can reduce blood flow to your extremities, making your fingers and toes feel cold. Certain antidepressants and medications for anxiety may also influence your nervous system's response to temperature. Even drugs for osteoporosis or diabetes might play a role. Why does this happen? Some medicines narrow your blood vessels or lower your heart rate, which means less warm blood reaches your hands and feet. Others can affect your nervous system's thermostat, making it harder for your body to adjust to temperature changes. Sometimes, these side effects are mild and easy to miss, slowly creeping into your daily comfort without obvious warning signs. So, what can you do about it? The first step is awareness. If you've recently started a new medication and notice you're feeling colder than usual, don't ignore it or assume it's just part of aging. Talk openly with your doctor or pharmacist. They can review your medications to see if any might be contributing to your cold symptoms and explore alternatives or adjustments if needed. Additionally, simple lifestyle changes can help. Dressing warmly in layers, keeping your living space comfortably heated, and wearing insulated socks and gloves can make a real difference. Gentle movement, like short walks or stretching, encourages blood flow and helps your body distribute heat better. I want to share a story about Helen, a 68-year-old retired librarian from Michigan. Helen was managing her blood pressure with medication prescribed by her doctor, but she began noticing that her fingers and toes were always cold, even during summer. At first, she thought it was just her age catching up. But when she mentioned it to her doctor, they realized one of her medications could be the cause. After adjusting her treatment, and with a few changes to her daily habits, like wearing warmer socks and taking short walks around her home, Helen felt a big difference. "I didn't realize how much the medicine was affecting me," she said, "but now I feel warmer and more comfortable every day." Remember, feeling cold from medication side effects isn't a sign of weakness or failure. It's a signal from your body that deserves attention. You deserve to feel cozy and comfortable in your skin. Be kind to yourself and advocate for your health by asking questions and working with your healthcare team. Your journey to feeling warm and well is important, and every small step counts. You're not alone in this, and many others are learning to manage these changes with care and confidence. Embrace the support around you and keep moving forward with hope and warmth in your heart. 6. Poor circulation. Have you ever sat quietly in your favorite chair, only to suddenly notice your hands or feet feel cold and numb? Maybe you wiggle your fingers or tap your toes, hoping to bring some warmth back, but the chill lingers longer than you expect. For many older adults, poor circulation becomes a quiet, unwelcome companion that's easy to accept as just another part of aging. You might think, that's just how it is when you get older, and carry on without giving it much thought. But what if this common discomfort is a sign your body needs a little more attention and care? Let's pause for a moment and ask, why does circulation slow down as we age? Is it truly inevitable? Or are there ways we can support our bodies to keep the blood flowing warmly and smoothly? Blood circulation is essential. It's how oxygen and nutrients travel to every cell, muscle, and organ in your body. Think of it as the body's highway system, delivering everything you need to feel strong, warm, and energized. But over time, this highway can get clogged or narrowed. Arteries can stiffen, veins might weaken, and your heart's pumping action can slow down. All of these changes can cause blood to move more sluggishly, especially to your hands and feet, the parts of your body furthest from your heart. Poor circulation can make your extremities feel cold, numb, or even tingly. You might notice your skin looks pale or bluish at times. Sometimes, it's accompanied by swelling or discomfort. Yet, many people overlook these signs, thinking they're just minor annoyances or simply part of getting older. The good news is that poor circulation is not a life sentence. There are simple, effective ways to improve blood flow and help your body stay warmer and healthier. First, staying physically active is one of the best things you can do. You don't need to run marathons. Gentle exercises like walking, stretching, or even chair yoga can stimulate circulation. Moving your body helps pump blood through your veins and arteries, delivering warmth and nutrients where they're needed most. Second, keep your legs elevated when sitting for long periods. This helps prevent blood from pooling in your lower limbs and encourages better flow back toward your heart. Third, pay attention to your diet. Foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamins C and E, like berries, nuts, fish, and leafy greens, support healthy blood vessels and circulation. Fourth, avoid smoking and limit caffeine, both of which can constrict blood vessels and worsen circulation problems. Let me share the story of George, a 75-year-old retired engineer from Texas. George loved spending afternoons reading in his recliner, but he often noticed his feet felt icy cold, no matter the season. At first, he assumed it was just part of aging. Then, after talking with his doctor, he learned his circulation was sluggish. George started taking short walks around his neighborhood every morning, wore compression socks as recommended, and added more fish and leafy greens to his meals. Within a few months, George felt a warm change, not just in his feet but in his overall energy and comfort. "It's amazing how much better I feel just by moving a little and eating well," he said with a smile. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Poor circulation is a reminder that our bodies need gentle care and attention as we age. Feeling cold in your hands and feet isn't something to ignore or accept without question. It's a signal, a chance to listen and respond with kindness. Remember, you deserve to feel warm and comfortable every day. By understanding your body's needs and taking small, consistent steps, you can support your circulation and enjoy the simple pleasures of warmth and vitality. You are not alone on this journey. Many others are learning, adapting, and thriving with these changes. Take heart in knowing that each step you take is a victory for your health and happiness. Your warmth, inside and out, matters deeply. 7. Inadequate nutrition. Have you ever noticed that despite your best efforts to stay warm and comfortable, you still feel cold more often than you'd like? Maybe you find yourself reaching for extra layers or a warm drink, but that chill lingers in your bones. For many older adults, feeling cold is not just about the weather or the thermostat. It can be deeply connected to what's happening inside the body, especially when it comes to nutrition. You might not realize it, but the food you eat plays a powerful role in keeping you warm, energized, and healthy. Let's ask a question that might surprise you. Could your persistent coldness be a sign that your body isn't getting the nutrients it needs? We often think of food as simply fuel, but it's so much more. It's the building blocks for warmth, strength, and vitality. When nutrition is inadequate, especially in older adults, the body struggles to produce enough energy and heat, leading to that uncomfortable cold feeling. As we age, several factors can affect our nutrition. Appetite may decrease, digestion might slow down, or certain health conditions and medications can interfere with how our bodies absorb vitamins and minerals. Sometimes, simple changes like eating less or skipping meals happen without us noticing, but the impact can be significant. One of the key nutrients linked to feeling warm and energetic is protein. Protein supports muscle health, and muscles are like tiny heaters that generate heat when they move or even at rest. Without enough protein, muscle mass decreases, and your body's ability to produce warmth diminishes. Additionally, important vitamins and minerals such as vitamin B12, iron, and healthy fats play crucial roles in metabolism and circulation, which influence how warm you feel. So, what can you do to nourish your body and help it stay warm? Start by focusing on balanced, nutrient-rich meals that include plenty of colorful vegetables and lean proteins like chicken, fish, beans, nuts, and whole grains. Incorporate foods rich in iron, such as spinach, lentils, and fortified cereals, and pair them with vitamin C sources like citrus fruits or tomatoes to enhance absorption. Don't forget healthy fats from sources like avocados, olive oil, and salmon, which support cell health and energy production. Small, frequent meals can also help maintain your energy levels throughout the day and prevent dips that make you feel cold or fatigued. And if appetite is an issue, try adding smoothies or soups, which can be easier to consume and still packed with nutrients. I want to share the story of Marie, a 70-year-old retired nurse from Florida. Marie noticed she was feeling colder and more tired, even though she was trying to eat well. After a checkup, her doctor found she was low in vitamin B12 and iron. With guidance, Marie adjusted her diet and began taking gentle supplements. She started enjoying warm soups and colorful salads, and even added a daily walk to her routine. Over a few months, Marie felt warmer and more energized, ready to enjoy her days with a new sense of vitality. Remember, Nutrition is not just about staying full, it's about fueling your body's warmth and strength. You deserve meals that nourish not only your body but your spirit. Making mindful choices, even small ones, can transform how you feel every day. You are not alone in this journey. Many seniors are learning how to adapt their diets to meet their changing needs and rediscover the comfort that comes with good nutrition. With every thoughtful meal, you take a step toward feeling warmer, stronger, and more alive. Embrace the power of food to heal and sustain you. Your body and your warmth are worth it. As we've explored today, feeling cold isn't just about the weather or aging. It's a signal from your body, a quiet message asking for attention and care. Whether it's your metabolism slowing down, the loss of natural insulation, anemia, an underactive thyroid, medication effects, poor circulation, or nutrition gaps, each piece plays a role in how you feel every day. But here's the heart of it. None of these changes define you or your quality of life. You have the power to listen to your body, understand its needs, and take small, gentle steps toward feeling warmer and more comfortable. It might be adding a cozy layer, enjoying a nourishing meal, moving a little more each day, or simply talking openly with your doctor about what you're experiencing. Remember the stories we shared. People just like you who faced these challenges and found ways to reclaim their warmth, energy, and joy. Their journeys show that aging is not about giving up, but about adapting with grace and kindness toward yourself. You deserve to feel comfortable in your skin, to savor life's moments without that persistent chill holding you back. So take heart and take action, even if it's just one small change today. Thank you for spending this time together. If this video helped you understand your body a little better, please leave a comment below sharing one thing you'll try to bring into your daily life. And don't forget to like, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more caring advice and stories made just for you. You're not alone on this journey. We're with you every step of the way. Warmth, comfort, and hope are always ahead.